But, I don't know what to do next. Oh. Hey, James. How did I not see you? I guess I'm talking to James.
I would describe his facial expression as worried.
You think there was a murder?
Hello, Mr. Inch.
Oh, Constable, hello.
You look the worse for wear. It must be terrible for you.
Quite terrible. No one will hire me now.
Excuse me?
My mistress was murdered.
On my watch.
Who's been mixed up in a murder?
But if it turns out that
Well, you're not necessarily
guilty,
mixed up.
But what if not? Who else would they blame? There are no gardeners on this ship.
I understand your problem.
Okay,
Under
no,
these circumstances, I'm
that's fair,
sure
I
you'd
suppose.
answer
If
some
you can't
questions that
find
could
who
help
did it,
clear your name.
of course it was the butler.
Of course.
Did you notice anything suspicious last night?
Like a murderer?
After the Baroness went to the saloon, I went to the forecastle. I was there until the alarm went off. I went to the side deck and arrived shortly after Professor Lucien and Miss Miller. We found you and Inspector Legrand there. You were unconscious, and the inspector asked us to take care of you.
Well, thank you. That's a lot of topics.
Did you hear the gunshot?
No, just the alarm, sir.
You must have been really enjoying your leisure.
You said you were on the forecastle. It sounded like the Baroness let you have the rest of the night off.
Not entirely, sir. One of the crew informed me that the Baroness wanted to be roused at 10:15.
Right. Why was that?
She had something to say.
I suppose that she wanted to toast the success of the journey with the captain and the other passengers.
She hadn't intended to take a nap then.
That was not her way, sir. She had a lot of spirit, shall we say, when it came to social engagements and a glass or two of champagne.
I see.
The Baroness's cabin seems to have been ransacked.
It sure does
Indeed,
not seem
sir,
that way.
by the Baroness
It was pretty
herself.
tidy.
Really?
She was searching for something the entire afternoon.
And did she find it?
I think she did, sir, yes. She was in high spirits when she finally left her cabin.
You wouldn't happen to know what she was looking for, would
No,
you?
I'm afraid not.
that would be too helpful.
Would you describe the Baroness as orderly?
Well, she always had a lot of responsibilities, sir.
That doesn't answer my question.
She used to take a lot of luggage on journeys, and I helped her keep track of it as best I could. She was always very angry when she couldn't find something.
What about the photos and the documents I saw in her cabin?
I really don't know. They were out of bounds to me, sir.
Definitely don't remember any
Memories
photos,
from before, I'd say.
other
They
than
meant
the
a
painting
lot
on the
to me.
wall.
The Baroness seemed to be pretty drunk the last time I saw her.
Is that so?
Does that surprise you?
I mean,
Did the Baroness not drink?
Oh,
oh, I want to point fingers here, Zellner, but
secret.
you were passed out. I know it wasn't actually
Serious
alcohol,
was
but
her
still.
habit?
Serious
Butler doesn't know
not,
that, so it
sir.
just seems
Was
like
she
you
under any
throwing
medical
stones from your glass
Certainly
house.
not, sir. She adamantly refused to see a doctor. Like so many elderly women, she had a distinct aversion to hospitals and the like.
It's not just elderly women. Hate to break it to you, James. A lot of
How
people
long
have an
had you
aversion to
worked with
hospitals.
the Baroness?
6
The
months,
depressing.
sir.
Only 6 months. I always thought.
Actually, I'm
doctors
pretty
stayed
indifferent
with their employers
to,
for decades.
Those decades
to hospitals.
have to start
They're a little
at
too
some
clean,
point, Constable.
as they should be.
Former butler
That's the only
wasn't able
off-putting
to
thing to me.
fulfill his duties
So it makes me
any
think I'm in, like, quarantine.
longer, sir.
I
but-
understand.
I took on his duties.
Haven't minded too much the times I've had to be in hospitals.
For the next 20 years.
Be it for me or other people.
May I ask what happened to your arm?
I got in a fight with a
severe
shark.
from the war, sir.
Doesn't it hinder your work?
Yes, sir. Obviously.
I didn't mean to offend you.
The Baroness had a soft spot for disabled
Oh, well,
veterans.
that's real
I
swell
think
of her,
she'd been
you know?
through a lot herself.
I think that's all for now.
Please, sir, find the murderer. You have to clear me of all suspicion.
Fair, fair, fair. Fair, 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 fair. Oh. I don't remember him being there before. So, just gonna do a once around to see if anyone has moved from me investigating the crime scene. Oh, you know what? I've actually never been the other way. I should go check that. But let's just double check. Do what I said I was gonna do. Just do a quick circle. Make sure there's no one around. Make sure I'm not missing no one. Gotta make sure I collect all the evidence. Alright, there's clearly no one new here. Can I go behind the bar? I cannot. Also, do I teleport between cameras here? Yeah, there's definitely some teleporting, but whatever. Fixed camera angles is hard. Everything else is so somber. I mean, kind of appropriate, I suppose. But all right, let's go this way. Ooh, examine crates.
I hope I don't find myself needing a life jacket.
Go to the forecastle, or however they pronounced it. I don't know. It was wildly incorrect, or I should say, I was wildly incorrect. All right, I want to talk to you last.
I wonder if this game is an advanced version of bocce. Maybe the inventor realized
I don't know if
that
I've
it's
ever
difficult
seen
to play
bocce
ball games
written
on a
out
boat
before.
And came up with an alternative.
Good to know. I actually kind of dig this music.
Salty sea air in my old lungs, wind in my thinning hair.
It's not thinning hair. It's borderline non-existent. You weird crime-solving Homer Simpson. That water's not terrible, honestly. Credit where credit's due and all that. Oh, this is the door to the cargo hold. No, I don't want to go to the side deck.
Constable Oliver brought something to drink. You can tell it's not the first time he's had to guard something. The bottle should be full of water, unless the good constable happens to have a secret alcohol problem.
Or maybe it's just full of water.
Verify that. I can't get the bottle without him noticing.
Fair. Well, poke him.
It may not seem like it, but Constable Oliver is actually a very effective watchman.
I don't like the having to interact with things multiple times, because naturally you do it once and go, oh, there's nothing, and you carry on.
Any conclusions about a young stowaway?
Yeah, he's a bit suspicious, foreign and whatnot.
I see. Did he act suspiciously in any way?
No. The shot surprised him as much as it did me. Looked in on him earlier. Still seems to be asleep.
Covered with a blanket from head to toe?
Aha, he's still in there. I poked him.
May I go downstairs and have a couple of words with our guest?
Sure can't.
No, you may not.
Come again?
Inspector Legrand wants to conduct all the interrogations himself.
I'm sure he'll understand if I form my own conclusions.
He ordered me to guard the door, and that's just what I'm going to do.
How about a bit of individual initiative?
How about letting a man do his job? Or do you think you would be better at it?
I can't argue with that.
What do you think?
It's pretty sound logic.
What happened here last night?
The Raven broke into the Baroness's cabin, she surprised him, and he shot her.
What was he looking for in her cabin?
She was a rich woman.
He didn't want to steal her purse. He wanted the third key.
So Legrand also told you about that?
Yes, he
Why
did.
did he lock the door?
Why not?
From inside? An impressive trick.
I'm not saying I know how he did it. I'm just saying that it was him.
Why didn't he leave a raven feather?
Are you serious?
Bum,
We'd have suspected him
bum.
straight away.
But fortunately, we still did. Let's assume that the old raven
Oh my
really
God,
has
this
returned
conversation
and that
again?
He really is responsible for all this. Who is he? Or she?
Well, could be anyone. No one's ever seen the Raven.
He could also be paying someone else to do his dirty work.
Well, of course. No, it's a fact that he used to work with partners. They even arrested some of his
I don't
accomplices.
But no one could ever
think
identify the raven himself.
that he is the Raven.
Some
I feel like
claim
that's
that they
too
didn't even
obvious.
know that they were
A little
working
too
for him.
on the nose.
Fascinating. He could have hired someone with financial difficulties to set off
But
the alarm at a certain
that could be the
time
point.
without
Maybe
that person
they're making
knowing
us
why
think
they
it's.
were doing it.
They're
The man
making
that
it
Ron
so
shot
obvious that
he
it's
was a
him
famous safecracker.
that we go, there's no way it could be him.
Or the real raven.
And then it's him.
There's probably no better cover for a big thief than acting.
But
like
no,
a
because then you can just say, well, I
don't
knew
want to keep you
that.
from your duties
Of course I
any
knew
longer.
that.
Good idea.
Now let me sleep. Can I take that water? Can I reach at it with my magic lifty arms? I cannot.
The bottle should be full of water. No.
Alright. Let's go upstairs. It's like the only place I have not been. It's... Okay, that's a little odd. That to go upstairs, despite being next to the staircase... Come on. Come on, you goof. Come on. Where's the prompt? Oh, there it is. It's like a goddamn QuickTime event. But yeah, it's weird that on the side deck, where you're underneath the stairs, is where you go to upstairs. Oh, that is actually a different staircase. Never mind. Kudos, game, you fooled me once again.
We were here yesterday when we heard the shot, and it was also here where Legrand caught our stowaway.
Examine the grate. Examine the
This
pipes.
isn't a panoramic deck for visitors. There are
I guess I
pipes,
just have to get in the
steel
habit of
cables,
clicking
chains
things
up here.
multiple
You can smell
times
the
to make
smoke
sure I
from the
get
funnel.
everything.
I have no idea how the ship works, and I really don't care. As long as
It's not that
stays
crazy.
afloat.
There's an engine, it propels the motors propel the boat. It's pretty simple.
The grate must be part of the ship's ventilation system. Nothing out of the ordinary. The grate shouldn't be so easy to open. Did the stowaway open it and we caught him in the act?
No, the pipe is too
Pipe
narrow.
is too narrow. He wouldn't fit in there. I guess the cover has been defective for a while. I could inform the captain that the grid has to be repaired. But
Yeah,
if
see,
start
I would
reporting
not
all
have
the
talked to
problems
this
on the
3
ship, I'll have
times
to shelve
in
my murder investigation.
potentially a 4th. Okay, so I guess talk to things until you can't talk to them. Oh, anyone else see that? There we go.
A boat like this would also make a good hideout for a stowaway. Were the tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could put them back in order once they get in? You can tell at a glance that everything is ship-shape with this boat.
Ha 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 ha! Ship shape. I see what you did there, you clever old man. Why is everything fish deck?
Why is there an axe hanging here?
Fire safety?
I suppose it's for chopping through ropes in the event that the lifeboats can't be lowered. Or
That makes
they
more
use it
sense.
to enforce who's allowed on the boat and who's not.
I like that answer. Go downstairs. What about this door?
Ship's bridge. 2 men. One of them navigating. I get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems like the captain concentrates on the passengers and the bar. I better let the men do their work. If one of them had detected something yesterday, he'd already have informed Legrand or the captain.
That's probably true.
There's dirt piled up in the corner. Down
Thought I
below,
was talking to
where
the door
passengers
again,
are,
but...
the ship is pretty clean. But the crew doesn't seem to care as much up here.
Well, no, because passengers can't come up here. You kook. I can't think of anything else to do. Gonna try and waddle my way back downstairs. The off chance that there's a door I missed, B, much like on the train, I had to talk to what's his face to sort of end the chapter, to be like, look what I found.
A singed pillowcase is proof that there must have been a second gunshot.
Well, he's off on his own, so I guess that is what I have to do.
Inspector?
Can't you knock?
I didn't realize. I'm
not getting anywhere. I'm going to question each passenger individually. Anyone
Totally
without
didn't make
an
that sound
airtight
to
alibi will be
mask
checked for
me moving
gunshot
something.
residue.
But Inspector,
People trip up when you put pressure on them, Constable Zellner. The Raven is nervous. He's
You
changed
don't
his
know
methodology
that.
and become a murderer.
I'll take my
I
leave.
see it in his eyes. After you.
No,
but Inspector Legrand.
I'm staying here. I'm gonna investigate.
We have no proof that the Raven and the murderer are the same person.
Well, he locked
You
it. I
may
guess I'm not
know
getting in
it,
there.
But I do. I will catch him with or without your help.
Get those crazy man eyes. It takes a lot to scare a man made out of Play-Doh.
What's gotten into him? Ah, well. It makes no sense to tell him about my theories if his opinion is already set. I need evidence. Or better yet, the murderer. I also need his lab if I'm going to get anywhere. I need to get in there somehow. And I really need to talk to the stowaway. He may have information, and the inspector will just ignore him, since he's too young to be the Raven.
That's fair. It's true. It's true.
I'm not paying for this trip, and that's a fair price for my cabin. It's rather plain. Another alarm. This one hasn't been set off. The security seal is intact.
Good to know. Was there not another prompt?
No, I've slept enough.
Alright, I guess I can't go in there. Can I talk to the doc?
Neither Dr. Gebhardt nor Constable Oliver can keep up with Legrand's pace. But in contrast to good old Robert, the doctor doesn't let himself get roped in for the long haul.
No, I cannot go talk to the
what would
doctor.
happen if Legrand dragged him out of bed for another investigation.
Well, let's examine the stuff I met.
A pitiful attempt to make the interior of the ship seem less dreary. A bit of paint on the walls would have helped more, especially since a plant won't survive long without daylight. There are
Little stones in the flower pot.
flower pot.
You know what little stones can do? Murder someone.
Not only does the poor plant have to make do without sunlight, it doesn't have any soil either.
What are you picking at? Oh, I just picked up a rock. Take some stones, sure.
What am I supposed to do with stones?
Throw it from your glass house, Zellner. We talked about this already.
Although, sooner or later... A model of the Lydia before it was rebuilt. It used to be a freighter. The wide hallways, the cabins, and the saloon were added later.
Guess I'm going upstairs.